What's up, Internet? My name's Ori. It is Thursday, July 24th, day number 17 inside the Big Brother house. It is eviction day. Who is going home tonight? We go over the votes. Plus, Rachel wants to know how many times Ashley played Big Brother before she tells her what to do. And Kelley stirs up the pot even more. Let's talk about that, plus all the intel drama and more from yesterday's live feeds. But first, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Speaking of, we will be live here tonight on the channel for a live eviction watch party. Come on out, join the chat. To give you guys a little bit of a recap, though, if you haven't been keeping up with everything going on, Jimmy won HOH. He nominated the trio of Keanu, Kelley, and Adrian. Sounds like a good plan, except 2 out of 3 had powers. Keanu had the advantage in the veto, which he used, with BB20 winner Casey coming on in, winning the power of veto for himself, and then taking himself off the block. Kelley had a second shot at a veto, which she had to put together a very simple puzzle, if we're being honest, which she did do and was able to take herself off the block as well. Jimmy then had to nominate Amy and Will as their replacements, joining Adrian on the block, who will compete in the blockbuster competition tonight. The losers will face the vote from the rest of the house guests. That also brings it as a total of 5 nominees for Jimmy this week. Also, keep in mind, we do have a couple of powers still in play. Mickey has the HOH takeover, and Zach has his 10K bribe. Stuff to keep in mind as we move forward into next week. Now, Rachel has been making moves. She realized yesterday that, look, it is pretty much done for Amy. She told Jimmy, I don't think Amy has the votes, and Jimmy agreed, which he was very surprised. He didn't understand why this was happening. Rachel even asked why. She knows why. It's herself, right? The big reason that people want to get Amy out is she is so closely aligned with Rachel that it just makes sense for their game to take out somebody who is a number for Rachel no matter what and would put somebody else up on the block as opposed to her. So they're all going for her because it weakens Rachel and brings Rachel a little bit closer to them. But Rachel's realized, like, look, Amy was that kind of number one. I need to start going and making some moves because I'm going to be vulnerable now that Amy's leaving. Let's start making some drama. And she gets going because she goes and she asks Lauren. She says, Lauren, is it true that Catherine doesn't like Amy? And is it also true that she wants to go after me? And Lauren's like, what? Wow, I've never heard this. What do you mean? Lauren denies it. Rachel then said, well, I had heard, Lauren, that you were in the room with Jimmy and Catherine when she said it. And now Ashley is also in the room when this is happening. And she's the one who told Rachel about what's happening. And Amy is also in the room as well with them. Rachel then says, you know what? You should go ask Catherine, Lauren. You should go see if you can figure that out, because that's a weird thing to be floating around, don't you think? And Ashley, who, again, told this information to Rachel, is like, well, I don't know. I don't know if you should do that, because then you get in between, and then you're involved. And I don't know if that really is the best thing to do, Lauren. Just like, well, I think if she's her friend, I think she would want to know. And I think she should go tell her. And Ashley's like, it's a good idea. I don't think you should do it. I don't know if you should. And it ends up being where Lauren leaves and Ashley says to Rachel, that was messy. And Rachel's like, how many times have you played Big Brother, Ashley? How many times? And Ashley responded, well, you thought that you could trust the whole house the other day. And then she's like, whatever. I don't get involved with the whole he said, she said stuff personally. To which Rachel and Amy both almost at the same time are like, you're the one who told us. Like, we only know what he said because of what you said. Like, it's that you. How do you not? And really, here's the thing, though, too. Rachel's doing exactly what you should do in Big Brother, and that's what vets do, right? They take the information that you give them and they spin it to their will and for the best drama and tension that will benefit them in their favor the most, right? So they are going to do that exact thing that Rachel is doing here. She's taking the information from Ashley that she got about these other people, taking it to them. So then they are going to go back and forth to each other, and then they're going to go be mad at Jimmy. So now, if any of them win, guess what? They're not going to be mad at Rachel. They're going to be mad at Jimmy. They're going to be mad at Ashley. They're going to be mad at a whole bunch of other people except for Rachel. Rachel also ended up catching Vince having some game chats with Lauren. And not just once, but twice. And she's thrown his name under the bus before. She actually threw his name under the bus to Jimmy as a potential renom. So there's a chance that with all this stuff going on, Rachel might take some big shots, because she then goes and ends up talking to Amy in the room, like alone. And she's like, listen, like, what do you think I should do here? Like, if you knew there was a big alliance, would you take the shot, even if you knew you were safe for them with like a couple of more weeks, like 1 or 2 more weeks? And Amy says, no, you blow it up and you cause the chaos and you go for it. So here's the thing. If Rachel wins HOH, she might be taking the big shots. It could be going towards Vince, I think would be most likely. It could be going towards Zach. It could be going towards, who knows? It could be a lot of different places. So Rachel's probably somebody I'm really excited. If she guns for this HOH, I'm just saying, be ready for it. Rachel then also is still, again, trying to get some numbers on her side. So she went and goes and talks to Ava. She told Ava, listen, I don't have anybody anymore, right? Like, do you want to be ride or dies? And Ava's like, are you what? Like, she's like, are you serious? So Ava doesn't really get a chance to answer, but potentially Rachel and Ava have a little bit of a final two now. Adrian, though, he's going around and he's doing his pitches, right? He's doing a really good job, actually, to try and do some campaigning, get his name out there, get some votes to make sure he stays. I don't think he has to do too much against Amy, but it's the big thing about trying to stay against Will. And he made a really good pitch to Catherine and he said, listen, it doesn't matter if you're a showmance or not. People are going to put you up against Riley. And if you vote to keep me, I will do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen. And I think that's a really good pitch, because he's not wrong. Whether or not Catherine or Riley end up actually being like an official showmance, it's how people are viewing the two of them as a pair, no matter what. And I think he made a really good pitch. I don't know if it really took any effect. He didn't seem that enthused. So we'll see, but it could be something that would really sway her if she was leaning one way or another, especially maybe if she was leaning towards Will, because again, Adrian, I could see as somebody that would think is a better competitor. That's even what Zach's pitch is to Morgan, is that Adrian's a better competitor, and that's why he wants him to be able to take shots that he can't take, I think. And I don't know if Morgan's picked up on it. Maybe Morgan eventually want to be one of those shots down the line, but I'm just saying. He did also, though, seemingly have a good conversation with Morgan, who afterwards seems kind of down to keep him, right? Like, maybe not 100% over Will, but she's open to it, right? Like, she's not as against the idea as she was when she was also thinking, hey, maybe we could keep Amy around, right? Like, maybe we can also do that. Like, maybe we can just get rid of Adrian and keep Amy too. But now she seems fully on board, just to be like, yeah, just I'm going with what Zach wants here. Keep Adrian, let it be Rachel and Ashley, who are the only ones keeping Amy at the end. Now, Kelley's been throwing a little bit of chaos grenades in here as well. Kelley told Jimmy the same thing she told Vince, that Ashley is talking about. Ashley's saying some bad stuff about you. Now, she told Vince that Morgan, Vince, and Zach were all hanging out late at night, and that's sus and you shouldn't trust them. Kelley told Jimmy, though, that Ashley said if she won HOH, she'd put up Jimmy. Now, Jimmy is mad. He is so mad that he didn't know this information before. He goes and actually tells Morgan, he's like, if I would have known this, I would have put Ashley up on the block. He then has Mickey. He's like, listen, do you know if this is true? Has Ashley actually said this? And Mickey's like, I don't know, but maybe you should just ask Ashley. right? Like, maybe just go, don't ask me, just go ask Ashley. Jimmy actually coined a little bit of a new phrase where he called them power flockers as well. So that's a thing. Also, a little bit of a development with the whole Mickey situation. Now, originally, she was seemingly just as on board with Morgan about kind of working with Zach. But it seems like she might have a really good idea that Zach might be that top dog right now at the moment, and that she's not good for her game. Not just that somebody that she needs to get out like sooner or later, but like before Jory get him out. She's even said this to Morgan, who again has a really close relationship with Zach. So I don't know if that is something that Morgan even will want to go along with. She's kind of caught in the middle because I think she still sees him as a valuable asset in this game. Ashley also disagrees. She doesn't see a path forward without Zach in her final five. Like, what? Or at least not in her final five, but like she doesn't see a path forward to get to like her final five. Like she doesn't think she can get the final five without Zach at some way helping to get her there. And here's the thing. Zach and Vince want her out. Zach and Vince have said Ashley and Amy are both their like #1 targets. So now that Amy's gone, Ashley's got to go as well. Oh, Ashley is very clueless at the moment. Amy, Mickey, and Rachel were on slop this week. They were the have-nots, and they had like a big slop meal with Jimmy and Morgan actually getting dressed up to you know, serve them meals as Jeeves and Garçon. Ava and Ashley actually ended up singing a little bit of a song for them at midnight. It was kind of like a whole thing. It was like, yeah, like you're off slop, and it happens, right? Especially when you've been on slop all week. Rachel's actually been on slop for 2 weeks now, so they were kind of making it a big show, an event, right? Jeeves and Garçon ended up quitting through the meal, and it was a little maybe too loud, because then Kelley comes on out. Kelley comes on out and says, like, listen, the two that have to compete tomorrow, they need to get their sleep. Here's the thing. Ashley was right there as well, or Amy was right there as well. Amy was sitting right there, and then everybody was talking about this later. They're like, that was kind of rude, don't you think? So especially Ashley was like, yeah, that, like, why is she coming in and saying like to us to keep it down? Like, you have to compete as well. Vince says this is probably going to end up being like the thing people are talking about tomorrow. Ava even said it was kind of rude. It was a thing. It was 100% a thing. So we'll see how that goes. But that might not be the only thing people are talking about with Kelley, because Ashley was up with Jimmy, and she wants to form a new alliance with Jimmy. It would be Ashley, Mickey, Jimmy, Morgan, Will, Vince, and they'd be the real players of Big Brother, kind of a play on the Real Housewives. And they would also have like friends of, they're like their +1s, and those would be Zach, Kelley, and Rachel. How cute, right? That Jimmy and Ashley want to do this. Jimmy and Ashley, though, they will start getting to talking, and Jimmy's like, listen, Ashley, gotta tell you something. Kelley told me that you would put me on the block if you won HOH. Ashley is shocked, like gives her best shocked face that you could give. She said, I never said that. Jimmy said, yeah, I think that's kind of her thing, is that she just tells people stuff and doesn't expect them to talk and compare notes. Eventually, after this, Jimmy goes and he meets up with Vince, who kind of fills him in as well, like, hey, we want to do this alliance with Mickey and Ashley. It's this whole, like, you know, real players of Big Brother. And Vince just, you know, as you should, yeah. And he's like, wait, who's in it again? Just so I know. He's like, let me make sure I can remember. Okay, and then Zach's a +1, so Zach's not in it. Okay, got it. All right, I'll tell Zach about it, though, I'm sure. But he also fills him in about what Kelley said, and Zach and Vince is like, actually, Kelley also said this about Ashley, and they're like, I don't know how much we can trust it, but at least we like can see what we're doing. So here's the thing. Expect Kelley to get a lot of heat tomorrow, not only for like the rudeness of telling them how rude they were for keeping up Will and Adrian, but also for saying that Ashley doesn't trust people. So this could be kind of a big thing that blows up tomorrow, and into the coming weeks, also depending on who wins HOH. Let's go over the vote a little bit here. I do have my allegiance chart here. I've updated it a little bit here because one of the things we're starting to notice is kind of the divide in the house between Rachel, Mickey, and Morgan. And there's also the Catherine and Riley side, along with Lauren. There's people kind of in the middle that I have, Amy and Ashley also onto another side with Jimmy there as well. So there's kind of some interesting little things going on here that we can go over, but I also just want to go over some of the numbers. So in the scenario where it's Amy versus Will, I think that's one of the easy landslides we could talk about. I think it would be 11-2 with Amy leaving, with the only 2 votes that Will would be getting would be from Rachel and Ashley. I think it would otherwise be unanimously Will to stay if it was Amy versus Will. If it was Amy versus Adrian, things are maybe, you know, a little bit closer, but I think overall, at best, it would end up being 8-5 with Amy leaving. I think Amy could have potentially got Rachel, Ashley, Catherine, Riley, and Lauren to go her way. But now it does seem like Morgan and Mickey are both going to go along and vote for Amy to go as well, because those could have been swing votes, but they were definitely pulled over by Vince and Zach. So it does seem like Amy would leave as well in that scenario. So in any scenario, it does seem like Amy is gone. In the Will versus Adrian situation, though, we do look like maybe it could be a little bit closer. Like I said, Morgan came out of the talk with Adrian very well. I think he gave a great pitch to Catherine and Riley. It really comes down to them. Which way do they end up wanting to go? Locks in that would really want to be able to keep Adrian around. Vince, Zach, I think even Keanu and Kelley would be votes that Adrian would have locked in. You need more than that, though, right? So maybe he could get Catherine. Maybe he could get Riley. Maybe even Lauren comes on over and you can get the 7. But then on the other side, you would have Morgan, Mickey, Ava, Rachel would also be a lock for Will to stay. So those are 4 locks for Will. Like I said, probably 4 locks for Adrian. And then you have those middle votes, right? The big swing votes, Lauren, Catherine, Riley. Those are big ones there that could end up swaying the whole vote one way or the other. And I don't 100% know which way they would go. Like I said, Adrian made a really good pitch to them about the fact that Catherine and Riley are always going to get put up as pair, even if they're not actually a full showmance. So I think that was a great pitch, but I don't know if it's going to stick, and I don't know if it's going to work out. The best scenario for Adrian is to win that blockbuster competition, pull himself off the block, and then let it be down to Will and Amy would be evicted. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below about what you think of all these different scenarios about the house guests. Who do you want to see win HOH? It could be really big. Actually, let's go back to our allegiance chart here. I'll just kind of go over it just a bit to kind of explain how I kind of see things as well a little bit more. Because there are some scenarios, depending on who wins the HOH, who they would go after. I mentioned earlier, Rachel. I think if she ends up winning HOH, there's a good chance she would take a shot at Vince. She could take some other easier shots, right? She could put up someone like Keanu. She could put up someone even like Kelley or Adrian or even Catherine, right? There's such a big collection of people who are all now anti-Catherine that it could very easily be that who goes on up. Because that's a big side that I kind of see with Mickey and Morgan going against the Lauren, Catherine, and Riley side. Amy and Ashley. Amy's probably going to be gone this week. If I really had to guess, she'll be gone. Ashley's going to be somebody that a lot of people are going to be looking to put up as well. Jimmy's name is still being thrown out there by almost everybody as somebody that would put up. So all these people down low are definitely people I could see being thrown up on the block. Even all the way to the midpoint here, right? Ava, Will. Those are people I think could potentially go up, but I don't 100% see it. Even actually, I think now that I'm looking at this, I would actually push Ava up. Ava, I think, would actually move up a little bit more closer to where Vince even is at the moment. Vince and Zach are in great spots in the middle because they found themselves in a spot where they're almost on the side of each person, right? The big reason why Vince is lower than Zach is, I think, that's the one that Rachel would take a shot at first, would be Vince. And I think that's what a lot of people would take the shot at first over Zach. They would take the shot at Vince to weaken Zach before they then actually take the shot at Zach. Some of the other things to look out for, Adrian actually said, and it's interesting because I have him on this side, but he really should be working with this person more than he would be against them. Adrian said if he were to stay and win HOH, which he's definitely going to gun for, he would put up Keanu, Morgan, and Jimmy. Like, why Morgan? Like, Morgan said, like, listen, I'm probably not going to vote for you, but I'm going to be honest. But then later, Morgan comes away kind of feeling good about it, but I don't think Adrian knows about that just yet. So it's really going to come down, like, if Adrian only would get like 2 votes against Amy, that would really show Adrian, like, oh yeah, Morgan maybe is not on my list anymore, right? Because she would know that the 2 votes for Amy would be Ashley and Rachel. So I think that's hopefully a good scenario. If Will could maybe win the blockbuster for Adrian over Amy, then Morgan would not have to vote against Adrian. So maybe, but again, maybe she actually even does vote for Adrian. It could go a lot of different ways there. There are a few swing votes in the Adrian versus Will scenario, but I think overall they would be more likely to vote Will over Adrian. I think his best chance will be winning that blockbuster. But a lot of different things going on here. Definitely kind of a split house. A lot of people trying to ride that middle line there. Kelley is throwing a lot of chaos. Like I said, look out for some blowback here on her saying that Ashley is telling that, you can't trust these people because they're meeting up late at night, or that, Ashley would put them up on the block. But also the big development with going after them when they were celebrating the slop dinner. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Like I said, we will be live tonight for the eviction, doing a watch party here on the channel. So make sure you come on out, hang out for that. If you are new here, though, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials and description down below. Pin comment, things like Twitter and Discord. Also, if you want to support the Ori Fund, it's a great way to help out, support the channel. But the easiest way, though, is just hitting that thumbs up, putting those comments down below. Thank you guys so much for the love. In fact, we weren't even going to stream last night for the veto episode, but we put that challenge out there and you guys crushed it. So can't thank you enough. You guys are amazing. But we will be back tonight for that live eviction episode, and I'm really excited. But like I said, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. Who will be evicted tonight? Who do you want to see win HOH? Let me know those answers to those questions down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you tonight.
I'm so excited, guys. Okay, let's go. Is that okay? All right.